the exercise of political authority is intimately connected with witchcraft, because traditionally in Africa, chiefs were supposed to be, they didn't call them witches, but they were supposed to be able to use supernatural power to combat witches. But of course, if you can control supernatural power, then you're kind of a witch yourself, and so you could always be accused of, corruption is a bit like that. It's sort of like, if you go into politics, stuff is almost inevitably going to happen that's going to look like corruption, or can be construed as being corruption. So it becomes like a tool of, that's an interesting analogy, actually. We've been doing some, actually, this is a digression, but we've actually collected a lot of data the last few years about witchcraft in Congo, in the north of Congo, like looking at the connection between witchcraft and politics and witchcraft activity. So they're all so into it in Congo. And this military, the British used the Indian army, to kind of run, to govern its whole empire, so there was investment in state institutions, military institutions in South Asia, which was not true anywhere else, more or less, in the British Empire. So I don't know, I have to think about that. But so that's a kind of, it's almost like there's another player, there's another player which the sort of dynamic that we talk about can't get underway because there's a spoiler that doesn't want it to happen, but perhaps that's a bit like our paper Leviathan, which, we don't have the army in there, but the idea with the paper Leviathan is that, state elites don't want this competition to get going, because society will become too organized and society will become too powerful. And perhaps what you're saying is actually it's the army doesn't, in the Pakistan case, it's the army that doesn't want this Red Queen effect to start operating, because then it will lose its control over the society.